All right, what is up, everyone? We are back. My name is Richie. I'm your host. I'm here with my lovely co-host.
Hey, I'm Alex.
I'm also Aleks. And with me is Crypto, because I went and saw the new Superman movie today. It was so much fun. Go see Superman in the theaters and go get your Crypto plush.
You didn't tell me that. Dude, that sounds so much fun. You need to tell me about that later. All right, because
my favorite part was when Captain America showed up and saved the day. No, I'm kidding. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay, Brenda Meeks. Anyways, so we're not here to talk about Superman today. We're here to talk about Survivor Wisconsin, as well as the 5-season plan. First off, though, I want to make a couple of announcements. First off, season 8 of Survivor Wisconsin is still casting. If you want to be a part of it, or if you saw the theme in the last video and you want to be a part of it and you're watching this, go apply now for Survivor. Also, there was a lot of interesting talk that I want to address about a name. I thought about a couple names. We actually had just talked about it now. We were just talking about a name. I want to say it was Steib or Aleks that got a hold of the name, and I kind of added on like ideas for it. But I think one of you guys came up with the name. I forget who, because I'm running off. Yeah, that's what I thought. If you do have ideas for names in the chat, don't be afraid to, let us know. But this is a working name we thought would be pretty fun. The Early Birds Podcast. I mean, we're all kind of known for being voted out early too many times, some more than others. I don't know. Tell us what you think about that working title, We'll definitely have a little segment for questions towards the end of the video. So we're here today to talk about the next 5 seasons of Survivor Wisconsin. And there's kind of a lot of stuff that I feel like we can get to our general thoughts and then go specifically season by season, guys. And I feel like we kind of dropped some hints a lot during the New Blood live streams, podcast, whatever you want to call them. I'm definitely excited for it, though, The winner so far, yeah. I definitely think it's really fun. I am excited to see it. I kind of feel like I'm not as surprised as I probably should have been, but like, oh, he means for the name. Oh, okay. I'm stupid. I'm so dumb. I just saw the comment now. I'm such an idiot.
It's a name. We'll try and think of something more creative.
Yeah. I mean, well, if they like it, why change what's not broken?
Sure.
Except my face, which is definitely broken. That's a different story, though. Anyways, so we do have some fun stuff to talk about today. Again, like I said, in general, I feel like wasn't a surprise just because I kind of looked a lot at the hints we got in the chat, and I'm like, ooh, okay. But I am still very excited to see what happens. I'm still very excited for all of it. Steib, what were your general thoughts?
I think the future is bright for our lovely show, and I'm so glad to be a part of it and to help out where I can and to play when I can. And whichever role I have, whatever role I have in these upcoming 5 seasons or the future of the game, I'm super excited, and I can't wait to see what Devin and the rest of us have planned.
Aleks,
yeah, bouncing off of that, I'm hyped to film right now, dude. I am like bouncing off my chair, just like ready to fucking just go out there and just capture all these great moments that are about to happen in these new seasons. So yeah, I'm hyped. Even though like I also like I kind of knew going into this like a lot of the seasons that were going to be talked about. I was so surprised by a couple seasons, so it's not like I'm like completely like taken back, but it was a good announcement, and I still gotta give props to Christian. Those logos are great.
Yeah, the logos are really nice.
Yeah,
those are very well crafted, and the color schemes work really well with them. So he did good.
It's a project made out of love for the game. So shout out to Devin and Christian for all the hard work they do. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. I'm really excited for Second Chance because I'm hoping to see, if all the names we talked about are not the names of the people who dropped out, I'm hoping we get to see some friends of mine who, well, I don't know if I'd say friends, like some people that I didn't know in the Whitewater days that maybe could be playing that we got hinted at. Unless my guesses were completely wrong, but I don't know. We have to find out. He appreciates you, Steib. Devin appreciates.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for
all appreciation.
I guess we're chopped liver over here.
He appreciates y'all. Come on.
JK, just all love, all love. But I think with that in mind, I think we should talk about the next season of Survivor Wisconsin. It's been hinted at here and there, and I think we should just get going and talking about it. Survivor Wisconsin Season 8, Calm versus Chaos. Now, I think this was a pretty good good reveal, I would say. I definitely think it was hinted at a couple times, maybe not in an in-your-face way, but I do feel like it was kind of hinted.
Maybe hinted in those little fan votes that we had for the last season with New Blood. Perhaps somebody picked up on that.
Right, and I definitely am excited to see what happens. This is going to be our last newbie season, I think, of the year. I assume till like next summer, I want to say. If I recall correctly, unless I read the timestamps wrong of their ideas, but I'm pretty sure it's
no, you're right.
Yeah.
And
so
we'll get to 11, but yeah, about 8.
Yeah, let's talk about 8 first, and let's not say too much about the other ones right now in case people tuned into this first, which I'm going to say, if you hadn't watched a previous video or any of our previous videos, go watch that as well. And Calm versus Chaos, apply for it right now. It should hopefully be a link in the description. But Season 8, Calm versus Chaos, I am excited to see what happens. I think it's an interesting theme. I'm curious to see how it's going to turn out, especially with an all-newbie season. I can't see too much about that because I think I don't want to risk saying too much right now, but I've heard of some people interested in it from at least what we've heard, and I'm kind of excited to see what happens. So,
yeah, I'm hyped. It's a really good theme, and I hope that they bring in some cool little advantages throughout the game, kind of, spicing up a bit, because, last season we had, the general, idols and, advantages, but I feel like with a theme like Calm vs. Chaos, it would be kind of cool to have a bit more, like, power items in the game, kind of, to, like, kind of shift momentum a bit sometimes, so, we'll see, but, like, I'm still, very hyped. There's a lot of, like, yeah, but, they have to live up to the hype of last season, and that's gonna be really hard, I feel like, because last season was so good.
Amazing.
I'm really hoping that they can really just top that and just we keep going up and up and up, because that'd be pretty cool to see. And
I agree.
Yeah. Steib, after you talk, I have some thoughts I need to say after you're done about the advantage part. So
this past season set the bar really high for newbie seasons, and I certainly hope we can continue that momentum with another brilliant cast in Season 8. With the theme of Calm versus Chaos, it's going to be pretty fun to see those two different mindsets and different play styles mesh, and to see who ends up coming out on top in that. And I'm sure we're going to get some interesting characters in that season as well, and hopefully maybe see them even in the larger future. Who knows?
Yeah. I can totally see this season being kind of like a David versus Goliath type season, where two tribes just kind of just stay the same and just kind of run through the whole, like, merge as like one whole tribe still, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I do want to say, Alex, what you were saying, I think this almost ties in somewhat to what we were saying before. Is a lot of David versus Goliath. A lot more of it was like the interpersonal dynamics and the social game. A lot more than it was advantages. And even though advantages did have a big part in that season, contrary to what you said, Alex, I hope we don't get anything too massive with advantages, because, again, the game is a social game at its heart. It's not how many advantages can, like, one person find. How many advantages can each person do? I think I had a whole rant about this in one of the videos I had on my other Survivor What If channel thing. I'm not going to broadcast that right now, but like, I had a whole thing about it where I was like, yeah, the game's totally decided by idols and advantages. Like, they do help, and sometimes they make the game more interesting. But I think the best part about Calm versus Chaos is that it's going to be a reflection of how these people play the game as a whole. It's not like, I'm really excited for the personalities we're going to get through this, and hopefully I'm hoping that the personalities are what shines through the most of overall with all this. So sorry, I just saw this now. I wanted to read this, and then I'll continue finishing the last one I'm saying. A player messaged me who's about to apply to be an 8, so he's going to get 10 and 12 for his performance on 8. I want to meet this guy, girl. It's a guy. He did say I missed that.
Sounds like this player will have plenty of confidence heading into 8, and that's fantastic. Good luck to them. And that comment also says this is a player who is about to apply. That means to anybody watching this or anybody who catches this in the next coming days. You can still apply for Season 8, and we
Yeah.
encourage you to do so. Please come play the game. We would love to have you on, and you would enjoy it.
Do so, or I don't know, what will I do? I'll go to your live streams and comment once meekly. I don't know.
Otherwise, the early birds will get the worm. You know what I mean? Are you happy now?
Phrasing boom. Anyways.
Are you happy that I gave a little nod to the name?
I am happy. That is nice. I like it. Thank you. Long story short, though, like what I said, I think Con vs. Chaos is going to be more of a reflection of the personalities of the players rather than advantages and all the stuff as a whole. And it could cause chaos in the game, but I am hoping we get to see more of the dynamic of Con vs. Chaos in regards to the players and the personalities and the social dynamics as a whole. Like, if we get lucky and we see something like a Will versus Atticus on, like, a Chaos tribe, where we kind of see, like, idol searching in a way that, like, Kira did, which is, like, whoop, like, iconic. I don't know. I'm excited, though, so that's just my thoughts on it. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about with Season 8 before we move on to Season 9?
Now let's carry forward.
Oh.
All right, so then we have Season 9, which was revealed. So Con vs. Chaos is August 2025. Second Chance is been talked about. I think currently planned to be October of 2025, and is currently going to be Second Chance, which I think we were kind of leaked about. Not like leaked about, but I think there was a lot of speculation we were given on the live stream. On our live streams for New Blood. So, I mean, I think we definitely kind of had a good idea for that when we were mentioned it. But Second Chance, I'm excited for Second Chance. There was a lot of names from Whitewater and Wisconsin that I would love to see back. Like they were saying before, there's a lot of names from our early days who have not gotten a chance to come back yet. There is a lot of names of people who recently played that I was like, I need to see them back right away on my screen again. Like, I had an idea for something we can do after we give our general thoughts on Second Chance, but I'll mention that after. So what are your guys' thoughts on general thoughts on like Second Chance before I dive deeper with something fun I thought it'd be to speculate on?
Yeah, bold take, but I feel like this is gonna be like the best returning season of the new phase. Straight up. I feel like these people are coming in, you know, guns blazing now. And they know how to play the game. They know what to do, and they know what they did wrong in their first time to change that and you know, fix their game this next time around. So I feel like this season's gonna be a lot of just hard gameplay and like just straight up just totally just going balls to the wall. So very hyped for it. I feel like there'll be a lot of great casting choices here, and like the cast pool is huge for this season as well. They can cast so many people from Whitewater and Wisconsin that have not played a second time. So yeah.
Yeah, the possibilities are pretty open, and as people who have played multiple times, who doesn't love having a second chance at this game, or third chance, or whatever chance, depends on how long you've been playing. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna see some faces again that their time in their first opportunity didn't go as planned, and to see them get that another shot, that's gonna be something to look forward to. Do y'all remember what time or like what month Season 9 is gonna be?
I believe I believe I said it before. I think it's currently planned to be October of 2025, I believe. However,
okay, about fall time.
Disclaimer right now that I think they also said that like maybe some stuff could happen if it gets pushed back. Like if there's a chance that one of these seasons I think had a chance of being pushed back depending on location. I would hope not, but
there might be a strike between the contestants and the production. You never know. Right. There might be unseen delays.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this too before I kind of like talk about that like possibilities with 8 too. There's still a lot of people who have yet to compete in 8 that we have yet to see, even like in regards to like filming it. Like we haven't filmed it yet. That's not going to be for over a month. So go apply for 8 now if you want to, you know, showcase that, you know, if you want to like play in 8 and just get voted off early so you can do second chance, you know, that'd be fun. Okay, so October 25th or 25, sorry. October 2025 or January 2026. So
Cool.
Yeah, so then something fun I thought it'd be to do before we go on to the next season. I think it'd be fun if we, I don't want to say speculate because I feel like we know, I have an idea, but I think we should talk about, just in general, like maybe a few names from like Whitewater and Wisconsin that we would be hoping to see return on second chance. Whether or not they are, I don't know. I don't know.
One player.
Have a
Just
speculation.
one player.
Yeah, we got to keep it somewhat brief.
Want to do
Yeah,
one?
just one player, because
One from each, or just one in general?
one each.
One general. Oh, okay.
I feel like is fine.
Yeah, one from Whitewater, one from Wisconsin. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
I think I'll let you guys go first, and then you can say a little bit of the why before we go on.
No, I'm saying just one for each of us.
Oh, I thought you meant one
Yeah.
from Whitewater and one from Wisconsin. Okay.
Yeah, because we don't want to speculate too much about this season, because it's still up in the air of who is actually going to get called back. So
Yeah.
my number one pick is still Ryan from Summer Solstice. I would love to have him back.
You're not gonna say why?
Funny guy, brings the energy. He's a tribe morale type guy. Always good for camera. Always good for jokes. Great guy.
All right, Steib, what do you think?
There's a lot of faces and a lot of fantastic players that have played this game who I would love to see play once again. I'm gonna have to throw my suggestion to somebody from this past season in New Blood, and I'm gonna have to give it to Rebecca because I think she played a fantastic game. Whether she wants to admit it or not, in her in the part of the live reunion, she was there, and she does understand it. Of course, she does. She knows she played a great game, and she's certainly humble about it. And I thought she was a fantastic player who played her hidden idol well, who managed social aspects of the game well, and she ended up getting to the end of the game, the final three. She got 2 votes to her name to win. I think seeing Rebecca in the game again would be fantastic.
I can agree to both of those what you guys said. I'm going to give a Whitewater name just to give some Whitewater love. I'm actually stuck between 2 people right now. I'm really stuck between them. I'm just going to say both of mine very quickly because they're both for similar reasons. Both from Battle Royale, Riley and Giselle. I honestly do definitely think, genuinely that Riley is someone who was taken out way too early in Battle Royale. And I mean, granted, it was an epic move to watch to save Kyle. But I do also think that, like, if Riley had been in another cast in another season, like Fans versus Favorites or New Blood, I genuinely think Riley could have paired up and meshed well with a lot of those people. I think Riley has a lot of potential. And the same thing with Giselle. I think Giselle is an all-around all-star. I think we were robbed of not having the ability to see her on because I think she was called before. She just other stuff came in priority with her life. But I'm hoping we get a chance to maybe see Giselle at least for sure in second chance should she be available for it, because Giselle is an all-around all-star, and I think Giselle would be so much fun to finally see back again on our screens after like what has been like over 4 years now since Battle Royale. Like, Giselle would be so much fun to have back, and I think she definitely has more than earned her spot. So, Devin asked how to give 2. Hey, LOL. I actually was only going to give 1, but it's like I was so stuck between the 2. I just honestly I could not decide.
Bro, can't follow the script. I literally.
Richie was born to break the rules. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you guys want to give a second one? I offered you an opportunity.
No, because I don't want to.
Amelia from Captain's Curse. No, I thought she was a very entertaining player as well. And she was my second choice, to be honest. And admittedly, me and Aleks kind of played a part in her getting out of the game a little quicker. But yeah, no, I'd love to see her play again.
Well, thank God you two won't
Without
be in
Mike,
second.
yeah.
I was about to say, like, if she is on, thank God you guys wouldn't be playing second chance with her then at that point, you know? Maybe she
No.
Revolving door in that one. For me, who else do I want to see back on? I'll also go from Captain's Curse, and I'll say Delaney.
Nice choice.
You know, she knows how to play the game now, and she kind of just knows the general basics now of like what to do, and she made it far. But can she actually use strategy and win comps to do
Can
it
she
again?
not be randomly paired up with a dumbass like me for the blindfold challenge? Who
Uh-huh.
knows? You don't know, and we don't know either because we can't tell the future.
Well,
yeah.
you guys can. I'm the Survivor psychic for a reason, so.
I feel like it should be a fun watch, and she'll be more confident going into a second chance season. So
yeah, we could probably go on and on with other names we want to see.
you can go on and on. I'm done.
Well,
Yeah, but we should move on to the next season, perhaps.
Stop taking my job aside, I swear to God. Okay, jokes aside, next season is going to be a massive season. It'll be our 20th in our series. It'll be the 10th of the Wisconsin season. I have a question. Before we go, I actually just got a question about second chance. Do you think a second chance season would be good as a 2-day season?
So this is taking place in the fall or winter, so I feel like it would be best to do an Airbnb type season with that, and do a 2-day season, Friday and Saturday maybe, or Saturday and Sunday. So
that's a pretty good pitch right there, honestly.
Yeah, like if we're doing like a more, like fall.
A season with more volatile weather.
Yeah,
honestly, Sorry, I thought you were done. Sorry.
I'm just thinking the days. There's not a lot of sun out in the winter and fall. So.
We'd have shorter days. It'd be a lot more nighttime content, which is, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, something to consider.
I will say that. I would say from my knowledge, we have never done a season filmed in the fall. We've had seasons that maybe worked its way into the fall that were filmed in like the end of August, but I think we've never had a season filmed between September, October, November, or December before. So I think it'd be and I don't think we've had the closest we've had to like a winter season in Wisconsin up to this point was filming One World 2 when it was cold as hell and freaking March, and I was so cold. I still surprised I didn't get frostbite from doing those confessionals outside. But I agree with that. A 2-day season, I think, for like massive, like big seasons like this would be a very like fun thing to do. And I do think it would give more on the dynamics as a whole. It would kind of force people to have to play the long game a little bit, whereas a lot of these players may be used to playing like the short game. I think maybe switching it up here and there, not only would give an unexpected like twist on it, but it would also make people look at it and be like, like I need to play things up a little longer than expected. So I mean, I think it'd be really fun, I think it's fun too when we did a 2-day thing, and it definitely puts a lot more pressure on the players to play harder so that they can secure their spots in day 2 as a first little prize for themselves, I guess, if you will. So sorry, I went out a little longer than I meant to with that. Should we go on to the next season?
Yeah. And I think just to round that off, second chance 2-day season, it's certainly a great idea. We're certainly advocates for 2-day seasons in general. And if the circumstances work, hell yeah, run for it.
2 things I just thought of right now with second chance. 1, second chance, literally like 2 second chance, 2-day, like second chance. Like, I just saw that right now. I'm like, that is another fun idea. This is like a speculation idea I have that I think would be fun to have on, is if we look at all the challenges we've only had once in second chance, and then we brought those back for a second run in second chance. I think that's more of a thing I just thought of now. That'd be a fun actual touch. But we go on to the next season because I could be talking about ideas like that all night. So season 10, currently slated to be filmed, I believe it was in March or April.
Yeah, spring.
Yeah, springtime.
Heroes versus Villains 2. I think we all know I've been leaked for this like a year and a half ago during one of the other live streams.
Probably the most anticipated season for years now.
Right. Especially because like we did our first one so early on in our series. It was season 2. We had 4 returnees in it with 12 newbies. And it was honestly a really fun season. Like that was the one right before my first season. And I remember binge watching this, I think like a couple days before, and trying to rewatch a couple times, being like, this is what I'm going to be in for. This is what I need to look out for. And like that season's so much fun. Like I still remember like Christian going like mafia godfather, like mob boss vibes and everyone. Like Darius's first season, which honestly I feel like did not do Darius justice in terms of how he played the game, especially compared to the very next season. We got so many legends that came up, and Kathy, Cody, Nathan. We got so many rivalries and dynamics, like Christian versus Kathy, Christian and Cody. You got Jake's entrance into the game. You know, we got Michael's entrance to the game. We got DeAndre Fairplay. Oh, I'd love to see him back. Yeah, I'm hoping. I do remember they were talking something about like some Whitewater players being in the mix and potential of them being in there for the last time. Hope to God I'm not just putting. I hope to God that like.
Here's the rant.
Okay, I wasn't going to rant, but if you want me to rant, you can keep talking.
No, I'll talk next because you're.
Yeah, you go next. You go next. You go next.
You can't rant if he is talking. So Aleks, please take the floor.
Yeah, totally. Free Aleks. But yeah, I feel like what Christian said was kind of true. That like it's gonna be a last run for a lot of these Whitewater players, and makes sense. We're they're trying to push a new era upon, so they're not gonna. Whitewater's, kind of in the past after the season, I feel like they're gonna, revolve more around the new Wisconsin players, and that's smart because what, we can't just keep bringing back players and like every 5 seasons be like, oh yeah, here he is again for the 6th time. So it makes sense, and it is a good last hoorah for all these Whitewater players that have not played in 2 years, 3 years maybe. So. And I feel like it's gonna be 70% Whitewater, 30% Wisconsin, and that's fine because that's just my gut feeling. So it'll be a really good cast, and I can't wait to see it and film it.
I'm excited for the season 2. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Steib, what do you think about this?
Whoo, you have no idea how excited I am for this shit. Oh man, season 10 of Survivor Whitewater. Oh man, I meant to say Wisconsin there. My apologies. The season 10 of Survivor Wisconsin is gonna be so freaking good. This is out of the 5 seasons revealed tonight. This is the season I'm certainly the most excited for. You're gonna see a whole lot of returning players from our past, and it's only fair that, like the guys said, we got to give them a proper send off. We wouldn't be here continuing the show without those first 10 seasons in Whitewater, so expect to see plenty of names from there. I'm excited to see a lot of people that I've wanted to play with, so I think it's going to be very fun watching them, and I can't wait for season 10. Next year is going to be so much fun.
I'm excited for Heroes versus Villains. I'm definitely excited to see the return of some people. Should it kind of be a lot of Whitewater people's return? I am excited to see which people will come back. So, who knows? Maybe you'll see a familiar face. Maybe you won't. I don't know. I think. Is there anything else we really have to say about this, or any speculation we want to do?
I don't want to do any speculations for this season at all.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato.
But it's going to be this is probably going to be one of the more stacked seasons.
Shit, okay.
Oh, actually,
this cast is going to be very stacked.
We did get a question, so now we have to speculate. Thank you, Devin. Devin agrees with me. He likes it when we talk and speculate. Thank you, Devin. What's one hero and one villain y'all think should be in it each? I think we should take ourselves out of the equation for this situation. Not
boo.
Just
tomato. Boo.
I would have actually said you, so that's why I'm thinking we should take ourselves.
I would have said myself, yes. No.
I would have said me too. Let's be honest.
Who doesn't love Steib? No, I'm kidding.
Talking about this. You guys go first. I need a minute to think.
I'll speculate. It's not. I just didn't want to, do anything that's gonna
spoil.
Spoil shit, which I don't think it will because we don't know a lot of the cast at all.
Oh yeah, could literally be anybody. You know.
And there's a chance anyone in 8 or 9 could get on this cast too. So sorry, continue.
He said, "Yeah."
If we're mainly talking about just last send-offs, I feel like it'd be fine to see, like, I don't know. Someone else go first.
Oh, sorry, you can go first. Actually, you go first.
Yeah, I can mention my villain pick because this person played recently. They took the runner-up spot. They played a fantastic, albeit narcissistic game, and they've claimed they're in retirement, but I'm going to drag them out personally, kicking and screaming. I want to see Matty Ice back in the game. I think he would be a perfect fit for the villain tribe, of course, after the stellar game that he played in One World 2. Well, stellar with an asterisk, you know what I mean? But he did play a fantastic game, but at the end of the day, like, there's something that none of us have personally experienced. There's something extra about winning the game, and I definitely think we could see him play again. Oh, Nicholas is in the chat too. What's up, Nicholas?
And we'll do Nicholas first, and then we'll do my picks because I have to.
Nicholas can be my hero pick for heroes versus villains. There you go, because he's my hero right now for being here. Hell yeah, thank you.
His vote is Ness and Darius. Tell me which is which. I think Ness would be a hero and Darius would be a villain just because Darius is more cutthroat. That's just what I would think about it. Just because I played with Darius, like, I played with Ness three times? Yeah, 3 times, and I played with Darius. Hang on. 4 times. Yeah, so I would say Darius is just cutthroat, so. Just speculation with that. Sorry. For my picks, if I had to pick a hero and a villain, this is so hard. Yeah, we know Darius is retired. We were just speculating because Nicholas was asking about it. But
we could drag him out of retirement too.
All right.
Never say never in the game of Survivor Wisconsin.
It's true. Never say never. You know, like, we could say that, and then for all we know, he could, like, just jump in and be like, "I want one more run. Let's go." And then he could, like,
if only
all of us. Like, my hero and villain pick. I'm gonna try to lean towards Whitewater. A hero pick, I feel like I would do. I'm gonna primarily pick people who have not been back in such a long time. My hero pick would be Bree, the Bree that won Battle Royale, who we have not seen her since Battle Royale, since she won. I think she'd be a fun hero. I think she definitely plays the game hard. I don't remember her doing anything massively villainous. I do think she'd be a pretty interesting hero, so that's just my thoughts on it. A villain pick. Come on. There's such an obvious female villain pick in Brienne. Like, can we not do Brienne? Like,
fair.
Like, I think, like, the first season too, all the way in our first Whitewater season, it literally came down to Brienne versus Bree versus another girl at the end. But, like, if both of those two were basically, like, the 2 vote getters in that final 3. So, like, to have them come back again after all these years to play with each other one more time at least, it'd be fun. You know, it'd be so cool to see. But, yeah, so, there's a lot of names that just came up. And then there are a lot of names that are done. Christian, Kyle Shield, Darius, Cody, Hunter. Oh, that's sad. I would have wanted to play with Kyle Shield one more time. He's my favorite to play with.
Yeah, because my comment says Kyle's one more in him. He has one more in him. Just one more, you know.
No, when I played my first time in Twit Manor, honest to God, I was so nervous playing my first time. Like, it doesn't show it, but I was really nervous the first couple rounds, and, like, I literally, when we had that little thing where we all sitting around waiting for the game to start, talking to each other, Kyle was the first one who came up to me and heard that I was a fan of him, and, like, my heart was full. Like, I was so happy. Like, I was so happy about it.
Never say never. And
right?
Those are certainly names I would love to play with. So I would be remiss if they were not willing to play with some of us one more time.
Which is Corey. My hot take is hero. I played with Corey. Corey is a villain. I will 100% say that. If you have not watched Blood vs. Water, go watch Blood vs. Water and you'll see what I mean. Corey, Richie, Corey need hero tribe, run it back. Seeing me as a hero is a hot take. I am a massive bitch in the game, I feel like. So, thank you for liking me. I'm glad to have a fan, you know. Hit me up, RSKI52 on Instagram. Oh, Richie, Corey, Ness, Hero Tribe running back. I would love to play with Ness again too someday if that ever came up. If I was in this cast and like Corey and Ness are too, that'd be a fun one because yeah.
And spinning off of what you said and what the comments have said, the lines of reality and perspective blend quite easily in the game of Survivor,
True.
and it becomes a mess to determine who is perceived as the hero and who is perceived as the villain. And that's what gets me most excited about season 10, because we're going to see a lot of line blurring, and we're going to see some cutthroat moves being made in order to make yourself a legend in the game of Survivor Wisconsin.
Right, I definitely agree with that. Like, if you go watch CBS's Heroes versus Villains, with the first quote of the season, when Jeff's just talking to them on the mat, Boston Rob is all like, hero and villain, it's a matter of perspective. So, there's people who are people who are on the thin line of maybe both, where they just don't fit the theme. Yeah, there's some people I would love to see back for that type of season and see what we would categorize them as, but I definitely kind of get this thing. And then there's one more thing, and then we will move on to the next season unless we have other thoughts we want to talk about.
I'll just say my 2 cents.
You go ahead and say your sense. It's been a while since
bring back Connor and Dakota one last run.
Hell yeah. No, that would be fantastic. Yeah.
That's it.
Where they don't tell the tribes which is what's. That would be fun, but I feel like we'd be able to figure it out pretty quickly.
That would be pretty easy to figure out.
Like, we would be able to figure it out if we had a couple of obvious people. But that is a fun thought. The original Heroes versus Villains in Whitewater actually mixed the heroes and villains up until I think it was like round 3, I think it was. I think the first 2 rounds, they mixed them up. And then like the third round, they swapped them back into Heroes versus Villains. So it's a pretty fun take on that.
It's a very fun idea. Yes, good idea.
It definitely saved a couple people early on and screwed over a couple other people, but definitely saved a lot of people early on and kind of helped to create a storyline for the first half of the season. I thought it was actually pretty interesting. But I think we need to move on to our next season we're going to be talking about.
1-1, baby.
Next season we're going to talk about our next projected newbie season. Season 11, currently not given any name yet, which I think it's smart not to attach a name onto this just yet because we don't know what we're doing too much with it yet. I believe they said it was going to be, what was it, like June of next year, May of next year, or did they just say summer?
Oh, I think it was like summer of next year, I think it was.
Yeah, like early summer, like June-ish.
Yeah, we need like a screenshot of it or something.
Fine.
I should have printed it out and held it up over the camera.
I should have like found a picture of it beforehand to like familiarize myself with it, like StreamYard a little bit more. I'm still getting familiarized with it, so like maybe next time we do one of these, I'll get like better with like adding pictures in, but I got the banners. Yeah, I mean, considering what we know that 12 is going to be another returning season that we'll talk about in a few minutes. The only concern I have with the people in 11, if we have anyone from 11 that somehow happens to claw their way on to this next season, which I think we shouldn't mention what it is until we talk about it, just like in regards to like just track with it. I do want to say, the only thing I'd worry about is if we have anyone from 11, they might, because I believe it said this one would be June of 26 and the next one was going to be
August.
August. Thank you. In August of 26. The only thing I'd worry about is that only gives them like 2 months and potentially like if somehow people talk to each other or past players talk to them or for any reason whatsoever, they're only going to get like 2 months to develop those bonds and connections with people. Whereas people in like 8 or 9 or 10 or even people before that who could be coming for that season could potentially have a lot of connections to run through. So, I mean, that's the only thing I do worry about is that they wouldn't have a connection really with anyone, whereas we would have someone who would have a lot of connections. But I am very excited for this newbie season to see who we could get, what would happen with it. It's always fun to see a lot of brand new people play the game and how they play the game. What do you guys think about it?
There is a lot to be excited for in this season. Hang on, Devin said something in the chat. Sorry. May or June 26th.
Yeah. And then,
when we film New Blender.
Okay. After you guys give your general thoughts, and we'll address the next 2 questions he brought up.
Yeah, so Devin was just confirming that,
Yeah.
season 11 would be early summer-ish. And
That's
admittedly, there is the least amount of details that we can really speculate on the next newbie season, because we got season 8, who is coming up in the middle of August. So that's going to be a lot of fun, too. There's a lot of hype and a lot of build-up behind that. I expect that to be a fairly fun season as well. And that's going to be coming off of the heels of season 7, New Blood, which was another incredible season, one of the best we've ever done. So for season 11 to be following up both of those newbie seasons, that's going to be quite the proving ground for these last new players to potentially prove themselves and become stars of this game. And it's very fun to speculate that far into the future and think, okay, hopefully maybe with all the seasons we got coming up before season 11, maybe we'll get further into that LRG community, maybe get some more former LRG players. I expect to see some more of them come season 11.
Yeah, it's good that this season is going to be so far out that it gives casting a lot of time to actually form a good cast and make it a great season. I don't have any other thing to really say about this season because it's so far out there, but it's good planning.
We did get a couple questions from Devin about this. We'll quickly answer. Suggestions for theme ideas for newbie season of 11. I don't know if I have name wise, but a theme idea I just thought of earlier today. I think it was earlier today or yesterday. Is that say we had one person from every other a new player, but they had played in another LRG. Say we had someone who did a Survivor thing in New Jersey, or a Survivor thing in Oregon, and a Survivor thing in Michigan. We get one player from each. We could call it LRG War or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of maybe it's a little bit complicated in regards to casting. It'd be a little harder to cast, but I do think it could be fun, especially with how much of a focus there was last season on people knowing each other from other LRGs. I mean, marketing wise, it wouldn't hurt. It'd get us out there to other people, but I don't know. That's one fun thing I thought of. Why would you guys go and think of another theme?
I don't have a good theme yet. I'm not good off the top of my head with coming up with just stuff. So yeah, I'll pass.
I think potentially running back one world could be a fun idea. Perhaps in something like an Airbnb. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, maybe a different location between one world.
Yeah.
I do
maybe
think
occupations. We do a Worlds Apart type thing going on there. Maybe.
Yeah, Worlds Apart would be a fun idea.
Possibly. I mean, I think Brain versus Brawn could be a fun idea.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. But again, also
Brain versus Brawn.
What's a brain and what's a brawn? But there was an idea attached to that too. I want to put that with an asterisk because years ago, after Legends ended, Christian, Michael Garcia, Devin, and I did this little video where we will we talked about theme ideas we thought of. If we continued past Legends, which we ended up doing, but if we continued, we gave thematic ideas of what we thought would be a fun all-star season to do, and I think I called it triple threat. It was 6, 3 tribes of 6, one tribe being all people who are kind of they rely a lot on their physical attributes and think their physicality is going to help them in the game. Another tribe of people who think that their mental capabilities are going to help them the most in the game. And a third tribe of people who think that their social capabilities are going to be the thing that helps them in the game the most. Triple threat. I think that'd be a super fun theme for 11. I just remember that now. So, and it is one other question for 11, or actually, no, it's one other comment. Someone is on 11 is good. Oh, this is addressed what I was saying before. Someone on 11 is going to have to be on 12. They're good enough. I'm not saying they won't be good enough. I'm saying they'll have a harder time just because they won't have the ability to develop the connections that people potentially could bring out onto 7, 8, 9, and possibly 10. That's my only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not good. So
yeah, and that's just another notch in their belt in a way to be able to play the game that well in that season right before we get to season 12, which we'll get to. And to be able to play in season 11 could be quite a stepping stone in the first steps of a very good career in the game. So
well, look at the real show. You know, like we've seen Russell do it really well, and
well, that's also because no one knew Russell
arc.
because they didn't
So
air
like, you know, we've seen people succeed in going back to back in seasons. So like, I don't see it as a big issue that if someone gets cast from season 11 on 12, they shouldn't have a hard issue out with, you know, doing well in the season. You know, I just don't see
Would
it.
introverts and extroverts be a decent season idea?
Maybe 11 is a heavy advantage season or barely anything or something.
There is a lot of possibilities we can do here.
Many possibilities, yeah. I mean, honestly, with all newbies, I do think the less advantages and the less side stuff, the better, just so that they kind of get an actual feeling of what the game's supposed to look like. If they are newer to the game, you know, like, that is something I regret with One World, because there were certain twists we did in One World 2 I did not want to do, that I got stuck into doing. But, yeah, I think the less twists and the side stuff, the better. Gives them an actual feeling of what the game's about and, like, the social strategy that's supposed to be. That's my thoughts on it. Gen Z versus millennials. That would be a fun theme idea.
I don't see why.
Absolutely. That's the idea I want the real show to do.
Maybe just.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Me or him?
Aleks. I was kind of talking over.
I thought
we were like, jinx each other. Like, we were on the same thing. Like, why is it not in the real show right now? You know, it's easy.
Yeah, no, it's been long enough since millennials and Gen X, so it's only fair that we switch to millennials and Gen Z.
Well, I was gonna say, what if season 11 was like some type of like audience pick theme? You know what I mean? Because like this. Well, let me finish. Let me say the full idea. 11 is gonna be sandwiched right between two massive all-star seasons. And I do think a big way to get audience retention into this, it could be something where it's like we give like a couple theme ideas for 11 that could be good for an all newbie cast, and then you know the audience can vote on them during like season 10 airing. Like they can vote on which theme they like the most, and then whichever theme season, well, that will be the theme. Whether or not we reveal it beforehand is another thing, but I think that'd be like a fun little. Like, thank you to the audience for watching. Like a little.
I think
as like the audience picks a theme.
I think us or Devin or whoever. I think one of us doing a poll and taking those responses from the audience as for potential ideas for themes. I think taking a poll like that and taking those results into consideration for what we choose to do. I think that's a fantastic idea. Yeah.
Right.
Why not take ideas from the audience? Maybe they got something that we may be missing.
Yeah.
A lot of, you know, because if we like 5, you know, responses, that's not gonna do a lot. You know, we need to get like 50 or like 50 or higher, because it's not gonna work. We have to get like 4.
And maybe the ideas that they have wouldn't work, or we couldn't make it work. Like,
that's why
we can figure that out.
Yeah, well, that's Devin kind of just said what I was about to literally say too. So I'm glad we're on the same wavelength. That's why I was saying before, like we come up with like 5 themes and like have people vote on them. I think would be a pretty fun idea, you know, like I mean that's kind of what I was thinking with that. I thought it'd be fun as like, you know, marketing communication major. I've had marketing jobs in the past, or marketing jobs similar, you know, in the past. So I just thought like audience retention and like people wanting to like vote, you know, gets them involved. So yeah, that was just my thoughts on it. Anything else we have to say about 11 before we go on to the final season we're going to talk about?
Let's get to Big 12.
All right. So the next season we're going to talk about Wisconsin All-Stars season 12. And honestly, I am very excited for this. I do think it's going to be interesting because I could see a possibility as someone, should they be playing hard enough, I think there's a possibility like maybe someone could be in. Low chance of it happening, but how funny would it be if someone does so good in 8 that they get on second chance, they win second chance, and in a very heroic or villainous fashion get on to Heroes versus Villains 2 as one of the few Wisconsin reps, should there only be a limited amount of that, and then somehow get on the All-Star season. Like, I think that potential, I think, is kind of cool. I do think it's really interesting, like, to compete in, like, 4 out of the possible 5 seasons. Very, very low chance. I know it's probably a very low chance of that happening, but like I do think that's kind of a funny thought of it. Hype. Yeah, it definitely is hype. Yeah, I definitely think that is very interesting though. Especially if we're not going to have certain Wisconsin people in Heroes vs. Villains 2. Like if they're going to have a lot more Whitewater focus on Heroes vs. Villains 2 as some of their last hurrahs. Possibly. But although I did remember Christian saying something in the lines at one point of like maybe some Whitewater people could come back to like Second Chance or Heroes vs. Villains and then like showcase like, yeah, they may have what it got still, depending on how many times they played in the past up to that point. You know, and Christian even said that there were some players who were not big names in Whitewater who became bigger names in Wisconsin. Like Ness and Dolphins and everything are 2 massive examples of that. I could go on and on about this, but I do think it's pretty interesting. So what do you guys think?
Yeah. Again, you have a lot of names you can pick from for this season. The field is wide open. And yeah, like there is so many people you can choose. There's a lot of good players from the Wisconsin era they can pick from that like it shouldn't be hard to pick like a 16 or 14 player cast for a season at all. It's just picking the right people and picking the people who will kind of blend well with our people in this cast. So yeah.
Yeah.
Cast. Sorry, Steib.
This is a really big season for us, and this has got to be the biggest one we're doing in a long time. And I am so excited for this. We got, 13 months. We got 13 months until season 12. That's practically our Super Bowl. Like, that's what we're working towards. And these next 4 seasons that we got planned for y'all are going to be even as fantastic as season 7 was for us. And that's just going to lead to this big blow off with season 12. I'm so stoked for it. And I'm sure all of our viewing audience and past players are stoked for it too. There's a lot of names we could see coming back for second chances or second wins. Who knows? But it's going to be a really fun season. And all I'd say is I'd certainly wish season 12 would be a 2-day season. I think that's only fair.
Steib, did you say it's 13 months?
Yeah, because it's August of next year, right?
Okay, so, we got to start pre-gaming now, guys. Jokes aside.
Oh, boy. Get the fish bowls.
10 heavy hardened characters, 12 on gameplay, and only Wisconsin players. Yeah, I mean, honest to God, for Wisconsin players, honestly, I hope we get to, talk about ideas, because I think a lot of us may have different thoughts of who is a Wisconsin All-Star in regards of their gameplay. I think there could be a lot of different ideas for that, so hopefully we all get to have a fun talk about that when it comes to it, because I'd be excited for that. That'd be so much fun to speculate that what could happen with that regardless, so we definitely have to speculate that around 11 next year. Any other big things you want to talk about Wisconsin All-Stars, or?
No, that is the pinnacle of what we've been working for this whole time is really Wisconsin All-Stars. Being on season 3 of Wisconsin, I've been through almost all Wisconsin kind of except for the first 2, which is fine. But I've seen everything almost go through. I was on 3, I was on 4, I was on 5. I helped with 6, I helped with 7. I'm helping with 8 as well, 9 as well. Yeah. So I'm seeing this all the way through. Yeah, I know. So this is this is probably more hype season I've just sitting on right now. This is probably the most hype season I've been kind of waiting for. So
did you just say you've seen everything through? I've seen it all through since the start, dude.
I'm talking about Wisconsin, dude, not Whitewater.
It's a new era, and we're ending it in a bang, and we're ending it with 5 stellar seasons in a row. This is going to be fantastic.
But I'm just saying, I've seen almost all the way through, kind of.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I've only watched the Wisconsin ones just because, sure, Whitewater's, in the past, kind of, but we're kind of in a new era now where Whitewater's kind of be more in the past while we're kind of working forward to more Wisconsin. So
I want to say, Yeah, well, I just want to say in response to what we were saying before, or I shouldn't say in response, but like I played in Twin Manor, was an alternate from One World 1, played in Winter War, almost played in Battle Royale, played in Fans vs. Favorites, was in production for
Okay, but I'm not talking about I'm not talking about Whitewater at all. I'm talking
to
about Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Aleks. Played in Legends, played in the first 2 Wisconsin seasons, and helped film it after I got out early. Filmed Summer Solstice. Same thing for Evolution, just ran it back with the other 2 seasons, and then I helped film the last 3 and co-hosted. So, just want to put that out there.
I wasn't going for an ego trip here. I was just
I'm
stating
not.
my
I was joking.
like,
it was I was joking
It
with you
is.
about it.
But I was just saying, how I'm hyped for this season because I've seen almost all of Wisconsin seasons play out kind of. So I don't know why you went on a whole tirade about being from the start. I'm just saying, like, I was hyped for this season.
We're just getting nostalgic from our different perspectives on how much fun we've had playing this game, and all we gotta say is the future is bright for our next 5 seasons. And once again, it's not too late to go sign up for season 8. Go apply today. If you have somebody who's into the LRGs, if you got LRG buddies, if they're looking for something like this, please let them know. Spread the good word. We're having so much fun because of our love for the game of Survivor, and that's really what it's all about. And we're gonna have a fantastic show for y'all.
We are. We do got a couple questions regarding season 12. Is there a player y'all think should automatically be in 12 already?
Richie.
Thank you.
There, I said it. I ripped off the Band-Aid. I'd love to see Richie play again. I'd love for him to have some luck fall his way and maybe find a hidden freaking idol or something.
I could scream about it like I did the last time I found one. Thanks. She's awesome. Sorry.
Just win some challenges.
If we're only taking people from Wisconsin, not including Whitewater at all.
Technically, I'm joking.
There's 2 people that have been like,
if we're doing Wisconsin only, but yeah, you go first.
Yeah. I would have to pull one from season 8 already. Sorry, 7. Wow. Season 7.
Oh, okay. Already. I was gonna say you got some inside information.
Right,
There's like a psychic Aleks. I'm
pull one from season 7 already. I'm not gonna say who because I don't want to spoil anything or anything like that.
That's fair. Thank you.
I'll be pulling one from season 7 already, and I'll be pulling. Again, I'll be very, skeptical on this. I'm not gonna say any names at all. I'm pulling one from season 7. I'm pulling one from season 2. You can decide what is what, but like that's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
So we're not saying names?
I'm not saying names. You guys can. I'm not saying any names.
I would say I am going to give a name of someone who I think should automatically be in 12 already. I'm going to say Taylor. Taylor is the first woman who's done a lot of things in a long time. The first woman. Oh, there we go. My screen's fixed now. The first woman. I think Taylor should be in automatically because Taylor's the first woman we've had win, and I think since like 2023, I think Taylor is also someone who, again, has tied the record for our Survivor-wise for most challenges won by a female. She did play a pretty dominant under-the-radar game. I really do think, and especially with Taylor's past now kind of coming to full light with a lot of people who are, like, could be involved in this season and watching, like, they could look and be like, ooh, like, Taylor could be, like, their best ally or their mortal enemy in the game. And I would love to see Taylor have to play up to her reputation in a future season. Taylor would be so much fun to watch on a future season. So
I absolutely agree. And I think we all agree. Yeah. Taylor played a fantastic game and it would be fantastic to see her back in the game. And there's certainly other names that you could pull from this past season of New Blood, that multiple names, if not the whole cast. It would be awesome to see them just play again in general, if not play on the All-Stars cast. And there's quite a few names you could see back for this. I would be remiss not to mention the 3 of us. I think the 3 of us would be awesome fits for an All-Star season. I think we've had some pretty entertaining moments in our experiences on this game. And I don't think we're necessarily done yet.
I'm definitely far from done. Like, I would never be done. I don't care what people say. I will never have my last hurrah until it's my funeral. I'll just say it that way. Claire! I'm her favorite. And there's some other comments I want to highlight, but there is some fun talk in the chat I want to highlight. Corey Bree, Bailey, Dolphin Sam. Bailey, I would love to say. I feel like the best way for certain people like them to come back would be an all-winner season. That would be so much fun. I'd love to do an all-winner season.
Yeah, too bad most of the winners are all retired now, so.
I think, I'm just going to say this is my hot take. I think most of them would come out of retirement if it's for a big season like this. If they know they're going to be around other winners who are just as big names as they are, I think there's a chance a lot of these players would come out of retirement. I'm just going to say that now.
I think it's possible. Yeah, if anything would bring them out of retirement, it would be a season like that. But yeah.
Yeah, and then there was Bailey, like a win play again. Show up for blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I did remember hearing that about Bailey after Battle Royale. That's why I was so surprised she played Battle Royale, because I thought after One World 1, Bailey was done from what I heard at the reunion with the iconic quote she said in the reunion. I love that so much. I know, and I just want to bring it back. The fact I still somehow got shade in the One World 1 reunion from Hunter, like, what the hell? Sorry. Devin, you think there's been a big enough build up to do All-Stars at season 12? I would think so.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I agree. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement.
There's a lot of people from 1 through 8 now, or 8 plus 11. That would be probably really good to fill in the spots. And, 16, 14 player cast, that's a lot. That you have a lot of players to work with filling in those numbers. So, I feel like it's a good timing.
I think the plan's fantastic. Yes.
13 if you're kept going after 12 likely be an all newbie season. I could see that. If we do that idea for 11 where it's like all where it's like the audience votes for the theme, and then maybe we have like a whatever the other themes are, the next one it gets the next highest amount of votes. Maybe it's the 13 theme if it's like a close vote. But I mean, I'm trying to see if there's any more 12 stuff before we go on to thanks Steib, catching up. Retirement is meant to come out of. Yeah, because I totally didn't see this coming like right after.
Hell yeah, brother.
One World.
Dude, we need like a compilation of him saying, "I'm retiring," and then just come back up, and then just come back out of retirement. That'd be
like pro wrestling retirements. You're never done. There's always one more.
Yeah, I called he was gonna do this the second he claimed he was retired after last season. I fucking called this from a mile away. Sorry, I called this from like a mile away. So like, I mean, I'd like to see Matt play. I just don't know if I'd want to play against Matt.
Yeah, he would.
I'm like, it's like I want to. It's like when you see something, like when you see like your friend doing something stupid, like when they're hammered at a bar, you want to watch them at distance because you don't want to be in the impact zone of it, but you just want to watch and see what's gonna happen. Yeah, they could have played in both, but some Whitewater players made their mark move in Wisconsin as well. Yeah, that's what I was saying about 12 before. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. That I think there's a couple chances that a few Whitewater players could make the cut into All-Stars, Wisconsin All-Stars, depending on who they are and how big their mark was made. So that, especially with second chance too. So, I think we're just gonna go to general thoughts general questions now. Just because we're getting a lot of like random questions, unless there's something else you guys want to talk about with 12.
Nope.
Nothing other than, it's going to be a lot of fun breaking all this stuff down. We're going to be busy. We're going to be busy bees. We got plenty of work ahead of us. So yeah, let's keep the breakdowns rolling.
Should we just sign our 5-season live breakdown contracts right now, guys? Should we just do that?
A live contract signing? Can I put
sign my name and my initials? Like,
can I put Richie through the table?
Steib,
I swear to fucking God.
Off the table when I was like 2, so I mean, you're already late to that party.
Yeah.
All right, so general questions and the other stuff now. Matt says, Richie, would you be in all-winner season, bro? If I eventually come back.
It's not too late.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. If I like, if here's a big thing for me. I don't care how many times I play, whatever happens. If I get the call to play and the time is right, I will jump on that opportunity. Like, if I come back for a season and I win it, 1,000%, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look at Devin and say, you put my ass in all winners, Devin. That is one of the first, like, things I will say in the first, like, 5 minutes. I will look at you, Devin, and I will say word for word, like, put my ass in all winners, because I would love to play against some iconic winners. It'd be fun, you know? Little fat, obnoxious, autistic kid playing all-star, or all winners and winning a big season. How funny would that be? Annoy everyone for 2 seasons. Roll it back, everyone. I'm on an ego trip tonight. Holy shit. Devin says a lot of winners wouldn't be down to play, unfortunately, or have interest. Sucks for them. I don't know. We'd have to see if we ever get to that point. I would definitely like to at least look at it. Pre-merge versus post-merge. That would be a really fun way. Like, if we get enough people, because Nicholas said this, I just want to speculate on this. If that ever happened with Second Chance, like, if we get, like, an even amount somehow of people who were pre-merge versus people who were post-merge eliminations, or, like, early boots versus, like, late boots of the game for, like, Second Chance, that can be a really fun theme. But I would probably... I don't know. What do you guys think of that? Pre-merge versus post-merge?
It's a fun idea. I'd certainly love to see some players get back in who got eliminated pre-merge. I think that's always a fun idea to see them, at least. And to see the idea of pre-merge versus post-merge, that's also a fun idea. Yeah.
Aleks, what do you think?
It's an interesting concept. Not the most, like, bombshell of a theme, but, like,
yeah.
I
think Survivor South Africa did, like, their Survivor series did something like this, like, years ago. It sounded interesting. I didn't watch Survivor South Africa yet. I'm in the middle of Australian Survivor, which is actually super fun. So if you watch that, and let me know, because I'd love to have someone to talk to about it. But this would be a fun theme, I think, for ours, because we've had a lot of fun pre-merge boots, especially after last season, where we were talking about some of them who we think have potential. I don't know. I think it could be interesting. Matt says Aleks, LOL. Devin says, do you think all winners from the Wisconsin season should be in 12 if they're interested? Yeah. If they're interested, I think they should, and I think they should be on their own tribe. Like, I think they should be on their own tribe, because if you just put all the winners on, like, the tribes with everyone else, like, normal, I think they're just going to get... It could be like... There's a chance it couldn't be like this, but I think there's a small chance...
It would be like a fucking Evolution, probably.
Yeah, either it could be...
It would probably be like Evolution.
It would either be like CBS All-Stars, or it would be like Evolution, where the winners either run everything, or the winners get taken out so fast. And they putting them on their own tribe, meaning that, like, there's a chance that they would have to target each other if they lose. Makes it a little fair, you know? And it's winners versus winners, so it's not like we won't get, like, a Jenna Lewis on a random tribe, you know? Like, we need to take out the winners because they've had their chance to win, or some BS like that. So, Steib, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with what y'all are saying. I'd love to see winners from the Wisconsin seasons back in 12 if possible, if they're brave enough to take that challenge, if they're not feeling cowardice enough to just sit on the wins they got. Maybe they could go for one more and get that little extra pride. I don't know. But what am I saying? I haven't won nothing. But I think what y'all said about putting the winners on one tribe to make it a little more fair and to make it a little more fun that way, having the winners compete against each other right away like that, I think that's a fun idea.
I think it'd be a fun idea. Okay, this would probably never happen for an all-star season unless they get, like, a massive cast. But, like, 4 tribes, 1 being all winners, 1 being, like, all finalists who lost, 1 being, like, all jurors, and 1 being all people who didn't make the merge, but, like, we're all like, oh, they have to come back type of thing. You're like, it would probably just be maybe 3 tribes at that point, but, like, I don't know. Probably complicated idea, but I think that could be a fun season. I don't know. Matt says, Richie, you got to make merch first, my guy. Yeah, I definitely know that. I don't know if you watched any of my other seasons where I actually did make the merch. a lot easier when it's not like 800 clicks. Thanks for the support, Alex. Thanks a lot. Richie, I would be down for the Lions, though, in Season 10 if I play keyword if. Matt, I already know you got the call, and I literally called it. You were going to ask me this. So I literally called it an hour ago that you were going to ask me this within the next 2 weeks. You know my stance, Matt. If you actually want to work with me, you can, I'm down to work with people. So I'm down to work with people. I'm never, against working with people. I'm just against it if they say they want to work with me and then immediately tell everyone they want to backstab me.
I would work with you, Matt, and I mean then in a non-passive aggressive way. I mean that genuinely. I think the two of us could be. I think the two of us could be fantastic together. And I'm just fucking with you, Richie.
I was about to say I do. Yeah, I do want to work with Matt. I've offered him the chance to work with him in the past. So
I was close with working with Matt. We were never on the same tribe, and he got voted out early, and then got right back into the game.
Dude, Richie and honestly, Matt, that's your alliance would be fire and ice, literally, because he's Matty Ice, and you would be the fiery.
Writing this for us, Steib. I swear to God.
Y'all are fire and ice, like Mortal Kombat.
You need to get a version of the Death Note book, but it's like Survivor Note, and just write it down. Write down that I'll win. Devin says he'd rather mix them.
Hell yeah.
Merge and post merge. I forgot what. I'm assuming it's for what I was saying before. If I'm not, I might be wrong. Yeah, for the pre-merge post merge thing. That's what we were talking about. Nicholas said they did it in Survivor South Africa. That's what I thought. Nicholas want to join a podcast sometime soon. Hell yeah, that'd be fun. He says yes. He said yes.
That'd be sweet.
That would be. Winners on own tribe would be interesting, honestly. Right. That's exactly what I was saying too. Like a tribe of all winners in an all-star season. Because it's they wouldn't have the random picks or anyone else on a random tribe if you mix them up, either getting dominated by the winners or just taking out the winners because they've won before. They've had their shot. So they would have to actually play the game. So gonna be a little month off here until 8. Hey, much deserved time off. You know me, Devin.
Yeah, we in the off season now. Enjoy it.
From anything. Sorry. Continue.
No, I was just saying we're in the off season now, so it's gonna be quiet from us for a little bit, but before you know it, Devin or somebody will be editing and uploading the little preview video for all of our castmates, and before we know it, it'll be August 16th. We'll be filming. It'll be a beautiful day, and we'll have a great time. Richie will probably get the same red sunburn that he always gets, and we'll have a great time.
Special sunscreen this time, so it will not be like Evolution, Captain's Curse, or New Blood. I'm gonna think.
And then we'll hit the bars and have a fucking blast.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I am excited for 8 to be involved in it. Anything you want to add to it, Alex? Okay. I don't know if a tribe of non-merge players would be an all-stars, LOL. It would probably depend on if we get say something happens and we don't get people Will back for a second chance or heroes versus villains. I don't know. Stupid assumption, but absolutely.
What? I don't think Will's also and I don't think Will's an all-star yet. He still has to prove himself. Sure, he proved himself.
He got taken out too early. Yeah, not enough film. Yeah,
I didn't know he sent for you, boo boo.
Huge news.
Matt is retired. Yeah, that's totally huge news. He's been saying that. What was that news that fake news thing that people kept trying to do as a joke a couple of years ago, and they kept saying something that obviously was not true, but then they kept repeating it every time something happened. What was that? You guys know what I'm talking about?
No, let's keep reading comments.
I can't think of it.
Matt says, Steib, we going all the way, brother.
Hell yeah, we would. We would wreck shop.
Not going to be much off season here before the 5-season grind in 12 months. LOL. It's going to be fun though. Honestly, God, I'm the type of person where I love planning stuff, working and stuff, doing stuff. Like I will work. I don't even care how much shit I'm working on. Like I will make time for everything. So like, honest to God, I love the grind. The grind is fun. Depending on what the grind is. The grind is definitely fun. If it's fun stuff, I will do the grind. So
The grind don't stop.
Right. If you guys have any other questions, send them in now before we answer our last couple questions. Send in some of your questions for you guys want us to talk about.
I think Matt sent in a question in the chat.
Answer that. Matt's last question to all of us got for tonight. What is your favorite season of actual Survivor so I can watch them?
I'll go first. Mine's pretty simple. If we're going all newbie season, Kagayan is the best all newbie season. If we're going off of returning season, Second Chance is probably the best returning season, besides, of course, the two that are, top tier. Like, I'm just going off of ones that he might not watch, so.
Yeah.
Fair.
Matt specified saying he needs numbers and not names.
Okay. Shoot, I'm bad with the numbers.
You said Kagayan?
Kagayan and Second
28.
Chance.
Kagayan is 28, Matt, and Second Chance is 31.
There you go.
I would say 16 is a fun season. I would even say 9 is actually a pretty fun season. A little underrated in my opinion. Same thing with 11, a little underrated. 7 I recommend. 3 I recommend. My ultimate favorite 16, but I mean 20 is a good season too. So Devin, you responded to this. 2037 for all newbies. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this if you haven't watched any and you don't want to get spoiled. I always recommend like going in order, but like just so you can see like everything evolve. So, but that's just me. Nicholas says 6 is good. 6 is a really good season, actually. I like that. I like 6. Matt says 2031-16. I've already seen Token Sheens. How you spell it? No, Matt, you spelled that right. Token Sheens. That's 18. I definitely say, Matt, go watch some of the earlier seasons. Go watch like the first 3 to 4. The first 3 to 4, seeing the game evolve in those 4 seasons is actually pretty interesting. There's some fun characters I think you would actually probably like Rudy. Spent 12 months. Coach bringing his assistant coach for the loved one's visit makes me laugh. When everyone else brought in a loved one, that is so funny.
Oh yeah.
I personally enjoyed Coach. He was one of my faves.
Oh my gosh. A loved one. The loved one's visit brings in so many funny moments too. Like if we ever do a loved one's visit, should I just bring in my ex or something? Just for shits and giggles?
Steib, guess who's here to greet you? It's your cat, Houdini. Oh my god, Houdini. Hello.
No, not even joking. If my I probably should want my ex to come in because he actually played allergies and actually did pretty good. So it's I actually shouldn't knock that idea. It would probably actually benefit my game a lot. 37. Coach, yeah, Coach is fun.
My loved one would probably be Christian Davis, and he'd probably bring me a sweat towel and an ice bucket and say, "You got this, champ.
You got this."
Something like that.
Is 20 China? No, 20 is not China. 15 is China. 15 is China. 20 is Heroes versus Villains. And Matt said, "Geez, Richie." Actually, how funny would that be? Actually, just going off of what I said before with the ex is the loved one's visit. How funny would it be if Blood versus Water, someone just brings in their ex? How funny would that be if I did that?
That would be
hilarious.
Interesting. That would be interesting content.
That would actually be a little funny, actually. Just ex, I don't know. I think that'd be a little funny. Yeah, 15. Yeah, Nicholas says do 15, 16. I definitely agree with that. 27, Blood vs. Water is good too. 19 is a pretty good season, Matt, actually. You would probably get, I don't know if you've watched 19. 19 is Samoa, Matt, but if you watch it, you would probably get a lot of the comparisons I was making in the breakdowns. And so I definitely think 19 is a very valuable season for sure to watch. 17 is a funny season. I recommend 17 for shits and giggles. Matt asks, has there been any moments you guys have cried during the show?
No.
Yeah, I definitely will say, like, the hug moment in 48, as much as that was, like, very, like, hyped up a lot, like, obviously, like, autism, kind of seeing it play out, it's kind of like seeing someone in that spot. It was kind of a lot, you know, like, I did in a 48 scene, not gonna lie. Yeah, I definitely did. Like, the hug heard around the world. It's like, I'll make jokes and, like, here and there about it and, like, maybe jokingly mock it, but it's like, that was definitely a moving scene. Again, kind of like, I have leans on the autism spectrum, so it's like, I grew up on the autism spectrum. It was not a fun ride growing up, so, like, it definitely kind of seeing that whole scene play out was definitely kind of a lot. So,
yeah, no, I
mean,
second that. I've cried a few times watching this show. I can't really think of any like key moments other than an obvious one, which I'll get to. But like I'm sure there was like key moments.
I don't cry
like
a lot of stuff.
I know there was like key moments in the gameplay that like might have been like a shocking betrayal or like somebody like confessing something, and like maybe I cried at those moments. But I gotta say, like, I cry all the time at the loved one visit whenever they come back, and it's just two people hugging, and I don't know why, but that just always gets me to cry a little bit, honestly. Just touching, because at the end of the day, we're all leaving behind family and friends and shit, so it just makes us all a little more human, you know.
Did you cry in Philippines loved ones visit where, like, Lisa Welchell's brother comes out? He's like, sister.
I was crying with laughter. Yes.
Oh my gosh! And then Brenda competed in Karamoa, and like her loved ones visit was like actually pretty moving. I didn't cry, but it was definitely very moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was cringy as fuck, the Lisa Welchel thing. It's funny cringy, though. That's why I brought it up. It was funny.
I remember Adam with his mom. That was a sweet moment, yeah.
19 is a pre-show into 20. Definitely agree with that. 9 has a lot of characters. I'm surprised there's not more people from season 9 of CBS Survivor that haven't come back, because that was ripe with so many fun characters coming back. Like, there's 2 people I'm thinking of that have not been brought back from season 9 yet that should have been brought back already. I'm not going to spoil who for you, Matt, because I don't want to spoil anything for the why, but like I think by the end of the season you'll probably know which 2 I'm talking about. So, unless anyone has any questions, I'll give like 30 seconds for anyone to put in any other questions.
Yeah,
we've
is my most like underrated season to watch. You know, Chris is a great player.
Well, don't spoil too much about it, Alex, because Matt hasn't seen it yet.
Whatever.
I imagine there isn't.
Joke.
I imagine there isn't much more to cover. I mean, we've already went like nearly 4 times the length of the reveal that we're reacting to. So.
Yeah, I want to say. Yeah, okay, so unless we get any last-second questions, I'm just going to close it out here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As we've mentioned multiple times before, Season 8 casting is still open. Go apply for Season 8. Links should be in the description. We thank you guys so much for watching. We're really excited to come back for more breakdowns next season. Maybe we will have special guests. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll do PS3 again. Who knows? We don't even know yet. So
maybe we won't be called the Early Birds anymore. Who knows?
Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll think of a different name. Maybe we'll have people vote for a name. Who really knows?
Be sure to apply for Season 8 or get the word out to apply to Season 8 to your friends that may be interested in playing. There are still spots available. Please come play with us. We're set for August 16th.
I said it first this time. I win.
I'm just beating the dead horse. Please apply. Please apply. Please apply. We'd love to have you.
Wait, we're killing a horse? I'm joking. No, seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. We're really excited. We're really happy we get to do this, and we cannot wait to do this again for you guys when Season 8 premieres sometime later this year. I would assume late August, early September, but I mean, don't quote me on that. So, need females for 8. Exactly. Yeah, there's a friend of mine who I'm talking about for Season 8 who actually might apply for it. She's on the verge. She's checking her schedule.
Oh, shoot.
Corey, did you just join now? We're about to close out.
What up, Corey?
Bro. That's
Hey, better
hilarious.
late than never.
That's hilarious, Corey. Corey, go watch the live stream. We're about to end it.
Go watch Devin and Christian's video. It's way shorter. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it is.
Ours is better because ours is funnier.
We talk. That's a
we
good
are
one.
we are the
I like
early
that
birds. God damn it.
Talk. You didn't take them. I asked you multiple times to talk, and you were like, "I don't have anything to say to this."
Yeah, because I was trying to move forward.
Well, too bad. I'm drinking. I'm joking.
Shout out to Devin and the remaining people that were on the reunion that took place yesterday. That was a very fun watch. And
Shout out to them.
thanks for playing and thanks for being a part of that.
Thanks for that reunion too. That was honestly my favorite reunion I've ever seen. That was such a funny reunion. So, oh, you have a fan, Alex.
That's great.
Hell yeah, it's all love in the chat, baby.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna close it out here. Again, apply to season 8. Go watch all of our past seasons, all of our past videos. Whitewater, Wisconsin, all the side stuff. Go watch it. It's gonna be so much fun. We have to kick all of us out in the next minute, Corey. So
Yeah, we're all kicked out.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. And go follow us on Instagram, Idle Identifiers. Have a great night, everyone.
We'll see you soon enough.